Hi guys, today topic is about file handling and exceptions handling in Python. Let's see one by one file handling and exceptions in Python. See the first one about file handling in Python. What is file handling in Python means working with files or storing, entering data, common operations, open, read, write, append and close. These are called as the Python. Let's see the definition for Python. Uh, Not Python. File handling means what is meant by file handling? File handling means working with file to create, read, write and manage data stored on our system. On our system, the data is stored. That is called as a file. Means you can create your own file, and that in that file you want to enter some data. That data to create, that process called as a create of a file. First you to create file and read that data in the file. Then next one, if you want to any enter any data, you can write the data and that data will manage. That is called as a file handling. In that file, this all much process is there. That is called as a file handling. When you writing the file means we can use the open bracket function. It is very important while you are writing the Python language. That is called as a file handling. Let's see the modules in the modules in file handling. In file handling, there are certain modules is there. This is R means read. This is R means read that file, and W means write that file. If you want to any enter data, you can write. We can use W module and write that data. Add means append means if you want to add any data here or any content, you can use A and add that data, that file. X means create new one, and RB and W means binary modules means read binary and write binary. Binary modules means this useful for only text. RWAX means this is useful for only text files. This RB and WB means binary modules. This is useful for numerical files. Numerical files is useful for numerical files. And let's see the basic file example. This is a basic file example. This is basic file example with operation. Using with operation. This is a with operation. I will explain in later for one example. Let's see here. This is the file handling flow of a diagram. This is flow. This is the process of the file handling. First you can write the program and open a file and read that file, write that file and close the file using with statement for automatic closing. When used with operation, we don't use close file. This is automatically closing the file. Let's see an example for file handling here. I can write here file is equals to file, that is a file, and open. Open is the keyword of the file, and open brackets and example dot text means this is the keyword of the open for file, and example, this is a file here. I have a file. I have already created one file in my system, and I have entered some data here. Let's see hello world and some data you entered, like means today today topic is file handling and exceptions. File handling and exceptions. I have in file, I have created one file, and in file I have entered some data. This is the data, and go to that program file, entered file is equals to, this is open, this is the file, this file example.txt file is the, this is a file, and I want to read whatever data in the example text file. That data I want to read. Then what we should give means open, then we should give r means r module. Why I have used here r means read that module, and I want data is equals to file dot read I have given here. Wait a minute. Data is equals to file dot read I have given. Whichever the data in the example text file, that the data here read. That's why I am giving here data is equals to file read. In the file, in which file, example.txt file, it will read that data. And next one, print data, print that data, and give me and show me the data. Let's run this one. It will give as a whichever the data in the file, it will read. This is in previous I have entered this data. Today topic is file handling and exceptions. This I have previously entered in the example text dot in file. This is read. How it read means this is a read of the file. Now I want to read line by line. I want to read in the file data, read line by line. How you should write means you should use for line in file, and print, not print, print line you should give here. Why means I am using for loop. This is syntax error. Why? Because of here space you should have given. Let's run this one. It will read line by line. It will read whichever the data in example text dot file, example dot text, that file is read line by line. Here let's see here, hello world to data topic is file handling. This is called as a read the data as a line by line. This is called as a why this is I am using or means read module, file module, or I can use it here. File is equals to open. This is the process, and this is the basic for file handling. And next one is I want to write some data. When you write anything in file, you should use W module. W means write the data, and clear this one. And I should means where I am writing means file. In that file I am writing the data. I am writing data share hello world, hello and how are you. I have given, I have entered some data here, and this data, when you writing this one, after that you can use file dot close. That file will close here. File write hello world means I have write in that file. This will show in that file. Let's run this. this is written in that file, and go to this file. See here, whatever I am writing in that code, that will appear here. Hello and how are you? This is the how to write, means this is the way to write the data in the file. We can use any changes, we can changes here. I want to add, writing is completed, then I want to add any something, then use a means append, we should use a module, then it will be added here. Same process, only you can changes the modules, a module and w module, r module. You can read, you can use r module, you can write, you can use w, and we want to add any content, and a should be used. This will a made, this is already, again it will be entered in that file. This is called as a, this is for file, how to write and read and added the data in that file. We can use some necessary changes, we can do here also some necessary changes. This is called as file. In the, this is one operation with using it means is another operation is there. What is that means? We cannot use file.close we cannot use. In that place we can use here only with operation we can use here. Then as a file you can use here, and delete this one, print write not write. I want to read that file, then data is equals to file dot read and print data I have given here. Whichever the content in the example dot text file, that data will be read here and print. It will show here what is the data. Let's see what here data is there, means hello world and how are you, and hello and how are you is there in that file. That file is read here. We cannot use don't need for file dot close. That way I am using with it is replaced, file dot close is replaced with the operation, and this is the with operation. In this operation, this is the read. And how to write means we can write, we can use w module, and we can use w module, and we can write file, write hello world. I can write here. Then let's run this one, and here let's see in that file, go to this file and see hello world is written. It is called as a with using with of file handling operation. We can add, we can also add, we can use only the, we can use changes of the modules. That is one thing here. Modules is also very important when you write and when you enter the data. This will also all entered here, seen in that file. This is called as a file handling in Python. File handling in Python, this is the all the process of the file handling. And next one is about exceptions. What are exceptions in Python? Exception is an errors during execution, means when you program written that shows as in some errors. What simple errors or common errors, there are some errors is there. Let's see the definition of the exceptions. Exceptions means exceptions are errors that occur during the execution of a program. Instead of crashing the program, Python allows you to handle these errors gracefully using exceptions handling. And also, exception is an event that interrupts the normal flow of a program. That errors are that event, that exceptions are event that interrupt the normal flow of a program. That's why we can use here exceptions. Exceptions are examples, means zero division error, value error, and find not found error. This is called as a examples for errors. And next one, try except example. Try except example means try. Why you can use here try means this is a syntax for our exceptions is try and try statement and except. Try you should use means enable to run the data, and except this is an exception, and analysis is also there, else is also there. And this is a next one. See here, this is very important when you writing the exceptions. Try means what is meant by try in the exceptions means risky code. That risky code it will run that code. Except means handle errors. When you using except it will handle that errors. Else means runs if no error. If there is no errors then run. That time you can use the else. Finally means when you use finally that always runs. That always runs the program. That is called as a try. This is one very important in it here. And file exception example. This is example of the exceptions. Try, open and missing dot text. This is one file. And except find not found error. This is an exception. And print find not found. This is a printer. This will print here. And let's see the next one is file exception. This is an example for open missing statement not found error. Raising exceptions. You can raise your own exceptions. Define age, check A. If age is greater than 18, less than 18, raise value error to young. This is our own exception. How we can create our own exceptions here. And common exceptions hierarchy diagram means exceptions value error is common and type error is common, and find not found error and zero division, these are called as a common exceptions. Common exceptions. I will take one example in the. I will take one beautiful example here. Let's see. Let's see means we can use try. I can here try, and next one I want to x is equals to input int. X is equals to int. I have given int the data, int and input, int and input, int and input, enter a number. The next one try. This is the running of the program. When you use try, it will run this these statements. And next one is I want the result. Result is equals to 10 divided by x. 10 divided by x. The next one is except. When I have given this 10 divided by x, in that x I don't if I enter a zero number, zero is a zero division is an error. Why means zero cannot be divided, so we can give an exception. That's why I am giving here except zero division error. Zero division error. And print. What should print means print cannot divide it by zero. Print cannot divide it by zero. And next one, this is the exception and this is the code. And next one is why means else. I have given here else, else print, else print result, else print okay, wait, this brought a mistake here, damn it. This is copy, this is the file. I am typing in the file here, that's why it is not showing. Let's paste here. Okay, result, result is result, and next one finally. Finally, these are errors is coming. Okay, I can rectify it. Finally, print, this is always execute. Print, this is always should be execute. Okay, here or I have given try zero division error. This is the case sensitivity here. Okay, it will done it. Let's run this one. Enter a number. Let's see here output. I have entered 2 here, and let's run this and enter. Result is 5.0, and this is always execute. This is an exception of this program. Why means when I am writing this when you writing any program, we have doubt for here, we can come the exception. In the time we can use try function. It will the code we will put into try means it will run this code, and exception means that exception we have to write here. Whatever the exception will come, that you can write here using except and that exception and that statement. Then next one result, that result, whichever the result, that will print here. That way I can use else, and finally print, this will always execute. This is the final means final of this program. And check with another one. I have entered 0. Okay, not here. I have entered 0. A number is given as a 0. Let's see here, and enter. Cannot divided by 0. This will always execute. This is in finally is print, always it will print, and else this only if the statement is no errors, in the function is no, in the program is no errors, it will print only the errors. When it errors, it will cannot print, cannot divided by 0. That will is called as an exception. I have given here, it is called as an except. This is the program for exception handling. Try, except, and else, and finally. These are totally exceptions, very important. I have previously told that exceptions in topic exceptions. This is very important. That's why I am taking one example for all these exceptions here. This is try and rescue code, and except handle that error, else runs if no error. If there is no error, it will runs. Finally, always runs. Finally, it will runs always. That's why I am taking one example for all these examples. And let's see here. Real world example. What is the real world use cases where to use exceptions and finally handling means? In banking systems, we can use that exceptions. Example in like ATM machine, when you type in that amount, wrongly entered that pin code or anything, in the time that you will send a message. What you is your pin is not correct. That is an exception. In the background of that program, they will give an exception. This pin is not valid and this pin are incorrect. That is called as an exception when using the banking system and logging files, data processing, user input validation. These are called the real world use cases, and this is all called as a all totally file handling and exceptions handling in Python. Thank you guys. This is